Hello, hello, hello. What ho! Welcome back to another exciting adventure of The Plain Truth. I'm your host, Travis Vinley. Just recovering over the flu, so I get a little bit of a frog in my throat. I did not know that the slideshow would play videos. That's a that's a treat for you right there. Check that shizzle out. That's some shizzle right there. Absolutely magical. Good stuff. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to be hopping in and out because I got breakfast going and I got to finish my slow brew. I do a pour over. So, I'm going to play this music slowly and softly in the background in case there's a moment's lull and I'm not around. Let's put the chat up real quick. What's going on? Allie B, if you're still out there, blood is thicker than Smurf. Bandit Smurf is out there. And let's make him a mod. And Allie B, I don't know why you're not a mod, but here you go, buddy. Bill Vole. Or if you're a white boy, Bill Wheel. Alright. Welcome, welcome. I am not going to pay too much attention to the chat because you know me. You know me, right? What is the next line? The next line is, bro cannot multitask. Alright, let's get up here and go back to our, I don't know if I can do this. Oh, I can turn it down in my headset. That's what I'll do. Because if I hear that music for some reason, it just like, it puts me in a trance. So, who show next? Here we go. Here we go. Alright, so this is the very first day of shooting, January 23rd. We got a pretty decent shot of the archipelago for the for Anacapa. These are the Anacapa archipelago. This is the largest one here to the west. This guy here is this surfer that was just there a second ago is waiting for his ride on some massive swells that are coming in. And there was a surfer who was or is living in his truck. He had converted the back of his Toyota Tacoma into his apartment, and he works for Patagonia. And he and I were talking, and I was asking him about these swells because I had never seen them come in, and they were coming in on a straight line and very what's the word? Symmetrically. You know, there was always just this one pattern, like this one trail. And he's like, yeah, there's a reef out there where the great whites like to hang out. And I'm like, what? Great whites? What? He's like, yeah. You know, yeah, it's okay as long as you go out there in groups. But this guy was out here on his own. There is no smurfing way I would ever. Did I say ever? There's no way I would ever do that. There's a great chance of a great white out there. I mean, there's always a chance, right? But you know what I mean, like a really big chance. Alright, so here we go. Trying to get my lens lined up, which is always fun. But the two new tripods I got are absolutely brilliant on the axis in which they turn and rotate. They've got ball and socket joints, and as opposed to a hinge joint from my Walmart purchase was just like a hinge, and these are ball and socket and is much smoother. Just had to take a little bit of time to get used to it. So we've got just a beautiful shot of the uh, southeastern portion of the Anacapa here, and I would say that we have some magnification going on because of the size of the lighthouse here. And then remember that we're always looking for the arch to come out over here to the left. Alright, so whenever you see this image of the easterly, southerly portion of Anacapa, always keep your eye out for the arch, because that is key for some of the stuff that we're looking through right here. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I tried to look for a way to make a hotkey for speeding up, but I just haven't been able to find it yet on VLC. So right now I got to do it the slow way. So this might be double speed. What's going on, Vertex Smurf, Lightwater Smurf, Krellboyne Kip? Yeah, much closer. That's all a part of the analysis. We would have to have people out there on that line in boats so we can get a confirmation on distance, and then go out on that same latitude the next day and, you know, see where it is optically. I think it'll be different. Well, it just depends on the climate. Let's just move this along a little bit. Oh, changed perspective here. Got a boat. Here we got two boats. Let's do this bad boy back to normal. Go back here real quick. So we got a boat there in the distance here, right? And we do have some massive swells, right? Okay, so look right here. So we've got this boat that is lower down on the horizon. And you've got this boat that the hull is lower down. So you've got some distance, I would say, past this horizon. Okay. So in order for this boat to have its, I mean, if they're going to be the same height, let's just say they were the same height, you know, this boat's going to have to move into the distance to get as low as this one is. Right? So this one's closer, this one's farther away, obviously. Just keeping our eye out for, oh, I was wrong, look at that. That smaller boat is closer. That was funny. Didn't see that coming. The way I stopped it, it totally looked the opposite. Here we go. Okay, so then we've got massive swells out here. So, right there, you can see it pass in front of this boat. But it's cresting and troughing. Look at that. So there's the crest. There's the trough. Right. I do not have a plumb bob. Unless you're not talking to me. You talking to me? Blood is thicker than Smurf. I must have been distracted here because my camera is shooting nothing. That's always fun. You can see that cloud haze out there on the distance. What I find interesting is that this boat doesn't seem to be cresting and troughing as fast as the other one is, so I'm not really sure what that means. Or as accentuated. Yeah, the larger swells can, Vertec. The larger swells can. Gabriel Vidal Smurf in the house. Welcome, welcome. Flatjack Smurf, welcome, welcome. Alright, so here we go back to images. That is one of the H platforms from yesterday's, right? Another H platform. Hazy, not able to get a good shot on that. Here's a 12-minute clip of this. Yeah, I can't skip forward on this one. The Microsoft Video Player doesn't have a hotkey for skipping forward. It just has a toggle button for 30 seconds, and that's too much. This one here has got 10 seconds. What am I filming here? I can't even see it. What the heck? When I go back to the file, I'll check and see how much later this was than the first one. But you can see that it's not easy to focus. A lot of the commercial vessels register with Marine Tracker, so it's possible to find out if that's a commercial vessel, which one that is. And I do have a lot of screenshots of the vessels that were coming by, because I was trying to make sure that I covered those bases as well. Not too much on that video. So this was, that was just 15 minutes later than the first one. And you had a totally different haze to the sky. This is probably close to what I can see with my naked eye because of where the zoom is. But that's Gina right there. And we got some obscuring of her legs. I tend to think that she is magnified more than we might want to think. This is Gale, and remember that there is this extension. I don't believe that this is where this isthmus ends. I think it comes out farther, but I'm gonna have to look at that when it comes up again in the future. I'm almost sure that I've seen it stretch out farther when the days were a little bit more clear. Looks like we got something right here to the bottom left. Right here. Now, what we need to remember is that this horizon is not right where this platform is. Okay? This right here is not where this platform is. The other thing that we need to realize is that if my feet were in the water here on the beach, my feet would be on the same horizontal as this platform. Okay, this water is not arcing up and then sloping down the other side. Okay, this is not the crest of an arc. Okay. Oh, let's go back to that one. So we can see an inferior mirage here on the land in the background. See that? Got an inferior mirage. Let me switch over here to my pointy finger. No, that's not what I grabbed. I grabbed the pointy finger. Pointy, pointy. Right? Okay, so you see right there? See that mirroring underneath? Right on the horizon line, right? The reason why you can see the horizon, the sky is mirrored here is because this land is lower than this land. This land is higher, so you don't have the angle for seeing the sky mirrored. But it gets lower right here, and then you get mirroring. I think I should maybe create a red line to point out the vanishing point, the vanishing line of the mirage. But what I would suggest is right here at this tip, right, that's where the physical land meets the mirage, so that the water would continue to go up. Excuse me. All right, let's go. All right, so we've got an inferior mirage going on in the distance. Not really too much going on right here in proximity, but in the distance, and that's like 10 more miles, right? So then the other thing too then is that what I said before about on the horizontal, this platform is level with this shoreline. Where this platform hits the water, the shoreline that hits the water here is on the same horizontal, right? So this entire line right here, my feet in the water here, if someone had their feet in the water here, we're on the same horizontal, right? H platforms. real hazy. Later in the day, get some shadowing going. That'll be good. Let's zoom in on this and see if we can. See, we've got a little bit of the legs here. All right, so it'll be interesting because I took a lot of these snapshots too. So it would be interesting to go back later on and see how much more of the legs we can see. All right. So my working hypothesis is that there is refractive distortion going on here that is not mirage, but that there is a lifting up of the water and some kind of mumbo jumbo going on. There's compression right here at the line where it's just compressing these two points. Alright, I can smell my breakfast, so we'll go check that in a moment. Let's go back to that. Those are two different, yeah. And this one too, I think we can see the feet a little bit. Right there, yeah. This one gave us a great show at sunset, and that's going to be good when you guys see it. It's absolutely fantastic. So there's the island, usually what you can see with the naked eye, but there's a lot of milky haze out there, so it's not that crisp. So right here is the larger archipelago, and then the other ones are just right here on the line. I wasn't really paying attention to how far out the tide was going during the week. I only paid attention to it a little bit later on. Gargamel is in the house. Good morning, Gargamel. How is your citrus? Alright, so here we go. We got a nice magnification here of the lighthouse. This is a full 27 minutes. Yeah, I did it again. I always want to skip and then I do the wrong thing. I'm just going to try to get to the point where I'm stable with my camera. That little jiggling part is probably the breeze. You can actually see... Oop, look at those. Where'd those birds come from? Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. But you got to remember as well that there are waves cresting and troughing out there, so they could be simply going in between those sets. There they go down. Those pelicans are awesome. They're like fighter pilots. Anyway, I can see a little bit of a development on the Anacapa extension right here. A little bit, tiny bit, maybe. You know, but we got some high swells going through. Alright, so I'm going to put this on high speed. If you guys see anything funky, you can tag me, because I got to go check on my breakfast and my coffee. So I'll be right back. I'll be right back as soon as this gets settled. There we go, looks like I got it. Alright, I don't really expect a whole lot of change right now. This is on, I don't know. It's probably like just over double speed. Alright, so I will be right back. Alright. Anything come up? Let's just keep going through this. You just never know. Something funky might happen. It's like waiting for that 8-point buck to walk by. You see the change in the sky color. Another 25 minutes. Yeah, you can see the land developing here. If you're watching a little bit, you can see it come up a little bit more and more. So that's interesting to look at that. It's coming out right there. It's not. It's interesting. You see the lighthouse glass catching the sun a bit. Oh, here we go. I wasn't going to catch the sunset, but then I started to sun gaze, and I saw the sun doing some crazy shinola, so I was like, ooh, I need to catch this. So here we go. So if you remember last night on Ranty's after show, when we had Ruhif on, Ranty was challenging Ruhif that his image of Kanagu with the sun behind it isn't able to be scaled properly because you're not using a filter on the sun, because this is not the physical sun right here. This is light from a source, and so the sun would be behind this, inside this area here, the actual sun. I thought that was a great point. Shout out to Ranty Flat Earth. I love these little nodes right here that's coming up. I've got another capture with these nodes. I think that's fantastic. There's some green flash right there. You guys see the green flash right here? See that? Right here at these little nodes. Cool beans. So, I think the night before, maybe, or the next to last night, I caught a nice, absolutely gorgeous green flash. Wow, look at that. Look at that green right there. Sexy. Where'd my music go? Oh, you know what? When I go to this, huh? Is it? Oh, you know what? Okay. It must have run through the cycles. I don't have it on loop. So, there you go. Anyway, yeah, so there's some great green. I didn't catch that the first time. Green beans, cool beans. Womp. Awesome. Yeah, that's not the physical sun melting into the water, right? If we had a filter on, we would see a smaller sun there somewhere going into egression. Egress. Look at that. Fantastic. That's awesome. Beauteous. So then if you back out, sometimes it'll look like the sun is still there. Like when I first captured it back in November of 2018, I caught the sunrise all the way down, and then when I backed out, oh, I gotta call in for work. When I backed out, the daylight that was still there made it look like the sun was still setting. I gotta call in for work, so I'll be right back. Alright, did you guys catch anything? See anything that I missed? Nathan is screaming at Brenda over the drama. I mean, that's entertaining once. Maybe 10 times. Alright, let's see. Looking for any change. Oh, we got some lighthouse flashing. See that? And we do have, like I said, that little development here on the very left of the island. I'd like to see that develop a little bit more and see what happens with that. So the beginning of the week, well, of my week there was on a Thursday. This is a Thursday evening, and the swells were massive for probably 4 days, and then it kind of settled down. It wasn't too crazy after that. Alright, last couple of shots here from this file. That is Platform Grace. That is a boat. That is Gale. You can see the island over here. This is Santa Cruz Island right here. Right there it is right there. See? Alright, so now let's go up here. Let's see. Did I already do this file? Yeah, I already did this file. This was the one I started with. I don't think I did this one. If you remember, let's bring up a contrast here if I can. I should probably close these down. At least the ones that are naked. This one's got nothing on it, does it? I don't see anything on it, but it's not closing down. Oh, there is something on it. Okay, I gotta find that stupid prompt. Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna go up here. I was just gonna get a picture of Gina from earlier as a contrast for try to see if I can see which one would be her. I think it might be this one. It's not too bad. That's a little bit clearer. I thought that there was one that was more shadowy, but I might be remembering something else. So, alright. Alright. Let me switch back over here because I closed off those screens. Anarchy Smurf in the house. Isn't that funny? Anarchy rules. Anarchy rules. What are the rules of anarchy? Anarchy Smurf, what are the rules of anarchy? Alright, I am gonna... Let's see. I don't want to play with VLC, so it's gonna... I mean, the other one. So here we go with VLC. see if there's any development with. Anything toward the bottom here. Got the lights coming up at the end of the day. There's a little bit of a drop right. Where'd it go? Felt like I could see a little bit more. She's so coy. She's such a tease. Nothing crazy going on. No crazy refraction. No bendiness, no wiggliness. That finishes day 1. Here we go to day 2. Excuse me, sorry I didn't mute that. Alright, that's what time? Oh no, this is, oh wait a minute. This, okay, these were taken earlier and then I just didn't switch out the. Right. This is a set of railroad tracks in Oxnard. I've got a couple of shots of these. Just always a place that I stop and get some perspective. That's a 35-minute. Or I mean 35-second video here. Let's see what this does. I think I was trying to catch some action with cars going across down here. I wanted to catch some and see what the refraction happened right there. See that? See how that light dips down? Oop. So here's a shot. I found this spot here. This is an elevated spot at about, I think about 400 feet elevation. There you got 34 degrees north, 119 west. So I've got the entire archipelago of Anacapa right here, but it's so hazy and not great. This is a video, so.
Alright, I don't know if you can see this or not. You can't see it in my view.
Let's do this.
Alright, I don't know if you can see this or not. It's beat. Gina.
Alright, so that's Gina. Okay. So this is a north side shot of Gina, whereas the other one is like from the west. So if we're looking at it from the right, you know, you'd have to come around 90 degrees, and this is be her side profile where she often has a proboscis or like a, you know, like a needle nose pointing out. We've got the horizon there in the back.
That is Gina.
But again, this is from a higher elevation.
This direction.
Just shitty haze. Alright, there we go. Here's the arch right here. camera is struggling to resolve the light. You see the arch right here?
Poor visibility.
So there is, this is Grace, and what's great about this shot is that later on I have a freighter that's passing behind, so we can see a freighter passing behind Grace, which shows us the shipping lane. Even though it might not be to scale, so we would know what the distance is, but I know how far away. That shipping lane is about 14 miles away from the shoreline where I shoot from. And it's pretty much the same here with Gina as well. Whenever there was a freighter passing behind Gina, I would look it up and it would say about 13 plus miles. So they're about the same in terms of the shipping lane.
It'd be good to come back here on a really visible, clear. This is not refraction, people. This is chemtrailing. Okay, all that shit out there. All that shit right here. All that visibility that you can't see through, all that shit that you can't see through, that is chemical shit. That is not nature. It's not.
Probably more than likely talking about the
Anyway.
soupy shit that's out there.
Port Hueneme. Is that
There's a freighter.
a freighter?
So, in my opinion, that is massive. That is distorted beyond scale, right? That is not to scale. What the heck am I doing? This is even earlier, I think, than the previous day.
I've got to get this out of frame.
So I'm still getting used to my tripod. That's my excuse.
Got to use two hands.
All right, so here, this is like, yeah. I don't know. I mean, just my initial reaction is that is massive. That is not to scale. Jimbo Smurf in the house. Flatjack Smurf. Blood is thicker than Smurf. Eyes to Smurf. Anarchy Smurf. So.
Let's just steady this thing. So what I'm going to do right now is jump on this is not a freighter. The only other ship this could be,
All right, so here we have an early morning silhouette of Gina. We've got an inferior mirage here to the left of the island. Nope, my bad. It's not as much. It's not as much as what I thought. So scratch that. From a zoomed out, it looked like there was a little bit more play there, but not as much as I thought. So not a lot of refractive distortion on the cranes, but the body, you know, is totally distorted in terms of refraction. Got four. Oops, I always do that. Here it is. This one. Alright, so let's keep our eye out for anything. So you can see the massive swells right now. I think I can see an inferior mirage going on right here already. Some great miraging. Got some birds out there in the distance going in and out of the band. Pissy Smurf. That's awesome. You can see the camera struggling to resolve the light. Water is lower in BG. What's BG? Water is lower in background. And pushing up to the shore. Yeah, what's interesting, if you think about it, it looks like the tide is going from right to left, right? But then if we changed our perspective and turned 90 degrees, it would be coming directly at us. So it's just an interesting change in perspective. It's so dynamic. You can see the waves come right here and then just take that all the way out this way, but just have some distortion right here on the horizon. Again, my position is that past this point right here, it is a refractive distortion that is going to affect our ability to see into the distance here. But right now I can pretty much see an inferior mirage starting. When the swells go down low enough, you can see a little bit more. The only way, Chris, the only way that you can know the geometric horizon is if you have a physical object on that particular line. And even then, you're not going to be 100% accurate, right? You can't, yeah, you know, if there was a boat out here that looked like it was on that line, you know, that's about as close as you're going to get to going to say, yeah. Okay, so let's look at this bird out here. Let's see. Watch along this line right here as the birds go in and out of the band. So they're flying up above, but then before they get down to the water, they get absorbed into the band. A little bit. Oh, that's an odd. That was a good. That was a good visual on the haze here. Okay, so watch like right here. In like 10 seconds, there's going to be a wave that comes in, but it's going to be higher than the rest, and it's going to be a mixture of the band and the physical wave. Okay, it's going to be a mixture of both. I'm not going to engage with you, Howard, otherwise I'll get distracted in dealing with stupidity. But here comes the refractive band right here. Right here. Here it comes. Right there. See that? And it goes all the way across. You've got a mixture of the band and the water. So you got these birds in the background. Birds are flying above the band, and then when they get close enough to it, they get sucked down into the refraction. Okay, they're not going over a curve, they're in the distance. They're coming up out of the band or going into it. It's very simple. Very easy concept to understand. It's a very easy concept to deny as well. Alright, so we got a boat coming here on the left. So what I notice right now is the boat's pretty steady. I don't see it rocking and rolling too much. Right? A little bit. Not too crazy. That's pretty steady. There's a little bit. Is that sinking refraction? Is that sinking refraction? I guess you can describe the action as sinking refraction. Like if you get close to, think about it. Okay, you see these two birds right here, Chris? Everybody else too, if you want. These two birds right here, they are darker, right? So they're closer to us in proximity. Like if you see another bird out here and it looks a little bit more gray, not as dark, it's farther away. Depending on the position, depending on the distance to these birds, is going to hold on. The distance to these birds is going to determine their relationship to the band. And the closer they are to us, the less relationship they're going to have. The farther away, the more it is. If you think about the refractive nature of the band, think about it like a magnet, right? So if you have a magnet and you get it closer to a piece of iron and you can start to feel the pull, right? That's the idea of the optical pull of the band on an object. Like if you see a bird flying over and then you see it getting like optically sucked down into the band, think about it that way, if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me. So there it goes. Watch, that was a good one. Okay, so right here in the middle, of Gina, right here, I'm going to do it a couple times if you want to pay attention, okay? Right here in the middle, we've got a bird that comes into the band and gets sucked down into the how did you say it, Chris? Sinking. The sinking refraction. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Right there. Right here. So it's right here at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to back up 10 seconds, okay? So just watch right here. You can see a bird going down into the band. All right, it's going to come from over here. Here it comes, over here. Okay, it's coming. And the next one, here it comes right there, and it's gone. Boom. Now I have other videos of this where I can show this on the Chesapeake, so, you know, just go look for Birds of the Chesapeake on my channel. Birds of the Band on my channel. Got that bird just disappeared. Again, he could be going behind a swell, but when you get farther out, that relative distance and motion of the waves plays a factor. Like if the wave comes up, it's going to block the bird. See that right there? Boom. There it just got sucked back down. There it comes up. And that one's coming probably a little bit closer. Travis's Aether Band is caused by the heat that is rising up with evaporation and making those things like the blowtorch. Yeah, I mean that's a good theory. Oh, I gotta undo that Streamlab bot. Let me do that real quick. I'm gonna put the bot in timeout. Isn't that funny? I just timed out the bot. Okay. The thing about that, Chris, is that I really don't think that we can get that specific here. Okay. The only way that you can confirm that there's heat rising up with evaporation is to get out there and make analyses all the way along this line right here. I mean, there's just so much. I just don't think that we can. Well, yeah, if the air is colder and the water is warmer, or if the water is colder and the air is warmer, both of those two things just cancel each other out. Well, if the air is colder and the water is warmer, or if the water is colder and the air is warmer, so that means in any condition. I mean, you guys got to read between the lines. It's not that difficult to do that, right? Anyway, I just don't think, Chris, I don't think that we can get that specific. I just don't. So, that's the way I am. Still Earth Journey Smurf here in the house. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you guys hit those Fonzarellis. Let's get back to the back. See that bird going across the band there? It's keeping its distance. If it gets down low enough, it's going to... SE Montreal Smurf in the house. Welcome, my brother. Okay, hold on. Gotta push pause. I just thought of something. Remember that Aether Band video you showed me? Yep. I should play that at the beginning of all my shows. Well, SE Montreal, I could just play my song Vanishing Line because that has the video. That has that actual video capture in there. So, I might just do that. Could do that. I agree. But well, no, it's not. I got the Aether Band again this last trip, Montreal, but not as glorious as... I mean, it's glorious because it's great footage for documentation, but it wasn't as expressive as the one that you watched. But I appreciate that. I'll think about that tomorrow, okay? Jeremiah Morgan Smurf in the house. I'm not a great fan of the multi-screen. Do you mean the panels that I have on my presentation? Addy Smurf in the house. And go up a foot or two, New Horizons. Oh. Alright. Alright, so this is probably the whale watching boat that goes out. It's called Ranger or something. You can see the the prop wash back here coming up every once in a while. Let's watch this and see if we can get any prop wash in the back. So yeah, here we go. Here we go.
I gotta
Zoom out a little bit.
Oh yeah, I should find out what the boat is.
So right here, clearly we have, at least optically, right? Optically, this boat is on the horizon. But we don't know the distance to this boat from us, and we don't know the distance of that boat to platform Gina.
Right now.
But you can, again, you can clearly see the prop wash coming up in the back. There it is, right there, right there. It's right there. It's possible that this is prior to the horizon. But again, you've got the swells, so the swells make it
I can't look up shit right now because my phone is screaming.
indeterminable per se.
What the fuck?
But here we go. Think about this again. It's just this is worth pointing out with the pointy. Okay, so here I am on the shore in this direction, all the way to this boat, horizontal. From this boat to Gina, horizontal. From Gina and the boat and me over to the island, horizontal. This is all horizontal. Everything here is horizontal, okay? In order for you to, well, there's just so much. I'm not even gonna beg the question. This is all horizontal. Okay, the only thing that's happening here is the dynamic swelling of the tide, and yeah.
Somebody buy me a new phone. Plan. Actually, I could just add it to my plan for another $25, but I need a new phone. Hey, that sounds like a Huey Lewis song. I need a new phone. He does what it should.
There's a little bit more clarity on the boat.
To my P900.
You can see some of the
That's me.
distinctions. You can see the hull coming up here.
Need a new phone.
So there's a lot of refraction in that there's no clarity, but there's no miraging going on right now. So there's distortion through the band.
That's good.
Would have been nice if I would have followed that the whole way. Did I? Could be. I don't know. So I took a shot here. Okay, I think I'm gonna follow this with the next image. All right, so this is 8 minutes. Probably gonna follow this.
Too far.
All right, so that's what I can see with my naked eye. When I pull back and give you a nice, long shot, that's what I can see with my naked eye. So you can see the island here in the background. Not really, not the way that we want Montreal. I was supposed to be able to hook up with Joe Mama, and his boat took a shit when I got there, and it was in the shop the entire time. Absolutely insane. So, I do have freighters that are going along the archipelago here in the shipping lane, but as for following a boat going into the distance, no, I would have to hire someone out because I haven't seen anybody do that. Everybody goes across the horizon this way, and so yeah, not the way that we want. Right. Yeah, I haven't had that kind of. I mean, I have that in proximity here in the Chesapeake Bay. I have that all day, right? But not out here. I don't think I've ever caught that with the Channel Islands footage. What was that? I wonder if this is the troll. I got this awesome picture of this troll later in the week. I wish you could post pictures in the YouTube chat, but you can't. I have this great picture of a troll a troll meme that I put up for Brenda. I sent it to you, Danielle. You never responded. Did you see it? I thought it was pretty good. So here's something interesting. Can anybody help me right now? Okay, so you see this video file right here? This video file says 3 gigs. Like, that's huge, right? But it doesn't play. So like here's 1 1 3/4 gigs. Here's not even 1. And then this one's 3, but it won't play. Is there anybody out there who can help me figure out how to figure out what the hell this is? Because I have tons of them. Like when we're going to open these files, you see this one's a video, this one's a video, this one's a video, this one's a video. This one does not give us a thumbnail. Yeah, on your phone, Danielle. I'll send it to you again right now. Not that you can play it. I mean, I don't even know. I could pull it up. I'm just dawdling right now. I could pull it up real quick. Hold on. I think. Oh no, I don't want this. This is not photos. I want photos. Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. Nope, I don't see it. I do not see it. Alright. Foxy. So anyway, so watch. Is it a wrong media player thing? I don't know, because I don't know why it would, right? All of my videos naturally open up in VLC. This one is showing the VLC icon. So yeah, do you have VLC player? Right, see, that's the VLC icon right there. You can try to open a copy too. So give me your email, Jimbo. Stellar Info. What's Stellar Info, Vegan Goy Smurf? Who's that for? What's that for? Is that for my issue that I'm talking about right now? Jimbo, if you want me to, I'll send it to you. Email. Excuse me. But watch, I'll just try to play it. So it just doesn't open it up. And it says it's a MOV, right? I think that's a movie file, right? So what happens when I open this one? What does it say it is? It's an MOV, right? So they both say the same thing as a file. I don't know. I don't get it. Sometimes it helps to change the format in programs like Format Factory. sogsgaunt@gmail. Okay, I'll try to do that, Jim. All right. I gotta write down your email. SOGS. Alright, I will do that in a little bit. And takes time to load and buffer, blah blah blah. Open VLC, then attempt to open the file. Open VLC. Okay, so open VLC first. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna... Okay. Open file. Do this one. Do this one. This one. This one. This one. This one. I think. Let me go back. I have to see which one that is now. This is 0391. So this is 0391. Yeah, nothing. I got nothing, Jim. Damn it, Jim! Alright, let's get back to the back. Okay, so that was that file. Let's go back here. Let's see. Looks like we got this. See, here's another one right here. And it's 3 gigs. The other one is 3 gigs too. 3.14. And this one is 3.13. That's interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Very strange. That fixes broken movie files. All right, we'll give it a shot. I opened it. Try opening it with another player. Yeah, but it's, I don't know, just so weird. Why would you need to? Open with real player. See, it's not even playing. It doesn't even give a timestamp for how long the video is. I don't know. It's really, really strange. I wonder... I don't know. Alright, so everything right here you can see with your naked eye. This is everything to scale with your naked eye. Heavy sigh. Okay, what time is it? It is 10:30. Alright, I have at least an hour to keep pushing through. So, let's go through this. I don't see a lot of change. Got that fishing trolling boat out there in the distance. Alright. That ends that. And that is that. And that was the 24th. See, I can't find the 25th yet. I think when I was dragging files over from my SD card, I think that when I came over here and it opened up this file, I might have accidentally dropped it into a different folder because I don't have a 25th and there's no way I skipped that day. No way. So I have no idea. We'll come across it sometime. All right, so this is the 26th at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is still a little bit odd for me. I don't know why it's not 6 o'clock, unless I don't remember. I should have written a journal, like I didn't go out until 9 o'clock. I might not have, because the mornings weren't that great. Lost my music. Got a little bit of action on the wildlife right there. Those wild animals that are out in the water where the great white sharks are. Gleam Smurf in the house. In the search, copy and paste the stuff in between brackets, and you will find everything on that date. Okay, hold on. You're a genius, Gleam. Okay, in the search bar, paste the stuff in between brackets, not parentheses. Brackets? Confirm brackets or parentheses, please, Gleam. So it would be 1/25/2020. Right? So I'm guessing you're saying date. Do I put in date modified too? So there's a bracket. Date modified. Right? Date modified. 0. Oops. And then end, and then a bracket. Okay, that says no item. Oh, I'm not looking in the right place, so hold on. Just type date modified and it will come up with a calendar. Okay. I don't see a calendar, bro. No, you need the date modified bit. Check you later, Snowman. Okay, date modified. There we go. Thank you, sir. Alright, so let's do the 25th. Sweet. No, that's 2019. Huh. But it says date modified 1/25/2020. Okay, maybe I put something in there, huh? No? Let's see. I don't know, man. I wonder if it could be. Yeah, so Saturdays I don't have. Wouldn't that be so sad if I like thought I copied it and then deleted it? I just can't imagine. This is 5/2019. Yeah, I don't know. There was another. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I gotta find. I'm gonna have to remind that. Remember that little trick. Thanks, Gleam. I'll have to look that up later. Excuse me, I'm dying. All right, let's get back to video. Unless it's not up anymore. And I don't know. No, I don't want it to open in Real Player. Another tip is you can press and hold your mouse and drag to cover a range of dates. Okay. Will do. Thank you for that insight, Gleam Smurf. I was trying to zoom in on that guy and my camera totally tweaked on me. But you can see where all that wash is, right? All that wash is right where that coral reef, well not coral reef, but a reef is. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I got to refill my coffee. Let's watch this guy. Nope. Short ride. So this was a hurry up and wait day because it was just nothing out there on the horizon. Just waiting for something to happen. Run it up the flagpole to see if anybody looks, but no one ever does. There we go, we got something on the distance there. Horrible resolution. Let's watch this one. Here we go. This bodyboarder who was coming in from the beach said that he saw the silhouette of a shark in the crest of one of these waves. I was like, yeah, no. I would not be out there. Sorry. Yeah, Gleam is the man of the hour. Tons of research that Gleam has done, just fantastic. I'm gonna find a grant out there somewhere, everybody. I'm gonna find a grant. Some philanthropist out there wants to throw money at research, and then I will try to put together the A team, right? Nothing going on here. Alright. This is all the same day. Let's just go through some of the stills. There's my setup right there for the stream. Milky Haze. Nothing to write home about on this one. This is 26 seconds. That's a nice shot. Alright, this is a minute. It's a minute long. It'd be awesome if I caught a shark in this footage that I wasn't aware of before, you know, just something coming up. See how massive these swells are? These are just huge. These waves are not typical. Alright, here is another shot of the H platform here. As a contrast, I do believe that we can say that we've got an inferior Mirage right here. Starting, we only have the top part, but you can just kind of see it coming back down here. It's funny that this won't let you skip to the next photo if you've got a zoom on the file. Excuse me. Okay, so this is 6 minutes. 6.5 minutes. See, you've got the inferior Mirage right there. You see that? Yeah, I gotta get out of this and do VLC 18, file 18. Here we go. Yeah, that's right. You got some sunlight hitting it. That's right. Clearly see the inferior Mirage. Okay, so let's just keep our eye out for the birds and the band. They're right there. Okay. Okay, guys. Let me do something real quick to see if I can do this. Let me do this so I don't mess with. Hold on. I gotta rearrange my second screen. Give me a second. Hold on. Alright, there we go. There's that. There's There's that. Okay, there's that. Okay, so let's do the water slide. All right. Here's my makeshift horizon. Okay, you see the makeshift horizon right here? Okay. So right above the horizon here is the inferior mirage. So I'm going to drag this up right there. Okay? Right there. What we have to understand is that this object is clearly creating the inferior mirage that's behind this this line right now. So I'm going to move this water slide. The heck. Okay, I'm going to move the water slide back down, okay? Alright, so you can clearly see the inferior mirage above this horizon, okay? What I want you to consider is that the inferior mirage is here, 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 all along the horizon. There is the same gradient, right? Right there, where the finger is pointing, that's the vanishing line, right? Let me see if I can make that smaller. I think it's gonna... Right there. Okay, right where that finger is pointing is the vanishing line of the mirage. But what you need to understand is that the inferior mirage goes along the entire horizon, even though there's nothing here except for the sky to mirror. So right here, the sky is being mirrored. Okay? Marve Smurf is in the house. Welcome. So I'm going to back up 10 seconds and you're going to see a bird disappear into the band. Okay? So I'm going to start this video over. Well, no, I'm just going to back up 10 seconds. Alright, backing up 10 seconds. I'm pushing play. Let me get this pointer out of the way. And close down that water slide. Okay? So watch right here. Watch right here for any birds to come along and go into the band. Let me see if I can see it coming along. There we go. Alright, so this bird just came up out of the band. Let's go back real quick. It's right here. Here it comes, right there. Here it goes, right there. Okay, you saw it disappear right here. Okay, at 23, right? Ready? Watch this bird. Watch the birdie. Okay, it's right here. Bird's right here. Right there. See it? You see it still? Right there. You see that? Alright. Yeah, crack a smurf. I'm trying to grab the pointer. Alright, you see this image is doubled on itself right now. This bird is in the band right here, okay? But what you need to understand, yeah, I saw that, flip-flop smurf. I saw. Congratulations. Good for you. Seriously, good for you. So all along this horizon right here is the band, okay? If you don't have an object like this in the band, you're not going to know that there's a mirage going on. But this skyline right here is a mirage. This bird is dipping down into that band and will then disappear once it gets below that level. Okay, gone. Just speeding up the playback a little bit. There's another bird that just came up out of the band. What's fantastic, guys, is that I have this oil platform fully exposed in later captures, just completely crystal clear. Boom, bird just went sucked down into the band. Bird versus gravity will lose every time. Alright, let's go back. That was kind of a good demonstration. Alright, so right here along the horizon, I think we're going to see a bird come up and hover right up. Here it goes, right here. Here it is, right there. See that? It was right on riding that band. Right on riding that band. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is maybe create a an artificial horizon dash line to put up here to just keep our eye on how this whole dynamic works. Alright, you can see more of the... You see this? You see this right here? We got more exposure here. Okay, there's still massive refraction going on, but we're getting more. So again, the whole discussion here is that this horizon line is geometric, right? This line right here has to be geometric to me right now. It has to be geometric. Whatever my height and whatever my distance is from this point, this physical point right there. Oh shoot. I'm just trying to stop it right at the surface. Right there. Okay? Right there at that point where that finger is. Let me get over here. Right here. You see that? Okay? On the globe model, that has to be a geometric distance. Because this is the horizon. Okay, so that has to... So, this is the... This is the incredible claim of a baller. If I showed this image to a baller, you know, a baller would get the dimensions of this oil platform and the distance and would crunch the numbers. Okay, so the numbers would be XYZ. And then when he sees this, he goes, yep, that's exactly what we should see. As if the two equal each other. He crunches the numbers and gets XYZ. XYZ then, oh my gosh. XYZ then matches this in his world. This equals XYZ. This is exactly what we should see. We're missing exactly how much we should miss right here. Which means that this distance is exactly where it should be. That means that this distance should always be right here. Always right here. It's never going to vary. It's never going to change from the position that I'm in right now. Okay? That's what the geometric means. This is the geometric. Now, my argument is, right now at this point, we have a classified inferior mirage here. But what we also have is a lifting up of the water in another apparent visual, right? I don't know how else to describe it. This is, for lack of a better term, a mirage, okay? Because the water is not the water is not ascending one side of an arch, one side of a parabola, and then right here starts to curve down and go away the other side. Okay, that's not what's happening. So why can't we see this water going into the distance and both of these things matching up? And I'm telling you that this whole image is not to scale. This is a distortion. Okay, this is more than likely, I would say this is magnified, so it looks larger than it should. Not only that, but if it is this large, then the scale wouldn't work, because in order for this much to be missing, it would have to be farther away, which would then mean that it's smaller. Okay, so there's so many things going on here that you can't just take it for granted and say, oh, yep, that's exactly what we should see. I crunched the numbers and that's what the... No, you can't prove that. You cannot prove, oh, yeah, that's exactly 60 feet. Oh, yeah? How are you going to verify that? There's an inferior mirage right here. How much space does this inferior mirage cover? Right? How much distance? Right? So you see the mirage, the limit of the mirage is at the water line. And then the beginning of the mirage is at the vanishing line. That distance also equals physical distance from this point to the oil platform. That could be 10 miles. It could be 5 miles, right? So there's a lot more to this than just simply crunching the numbers. Let me pause real quick. SE. You see the drastic difference in the water line there? What? Can you come back on that? SE. What did you do? The drastic difference in the water line. There. What did you do? Tag me, SE, and I'll try to answer your question. Try to rephrase it and tag me so I can see that you addressed it. You see how the inferior mirage is growing here? Alright, so we have the inferior mirage growing. So at that vanishing line below, that whole... this whole area right here, this whole area right here is blocking the body of this oil platform. I'm going to make the suggestion that this is distorted. This is magnified. It is not to scale, right? We would have to know all of the dimensions. Like, let's just say, for instance, if this... if this oil platform, let's just say, is 220 feet tall at its tallest peak with the crane extended as high as it goes, right? 220 feet. Well, that means that this, if you copied and paste, or if you copied that image and then put it over the top of the body, it would be twice the, if this is 100 feet and then this is 100 feet, right? But the crane dimensions are actually 60 feet. But optically it matches, it's going to be off, right? So the dimensions on paper are going to give us what this actually is. So if this is 60 feet, I'm just giving it for instance. If this crane is 60 feet high, and then you cut this out and put it over the top of the body, and the body is 100 feet high, but at this point there's magnification, then this crane is being magnified above the body, so then it's not to scale. This is not to scale. That's why you cannot be accurate about what you're seeing on the horizon here. Now, this is here. It's physically here, but it is it's an apparition to a certain extent, and I can show you better demonstrations of this with the Anacapa Island, because the island gets huge, you know, and the lighthouse is huge, and there's more of the island missing. So magnification is looming. Looming is magnification. Yeah, the water line going up and down is due to the swells, SE. That's correct. All right, what time is it? 11 o'clock. Let's see, that was 70, 18. Alright, so there's some stills of the Inferior Mirage. There's a distant shot. This is Santa Barbara here out on the right. This is 8 minutes. Alright, gotta get out of here. Alright, let me do this again. Hold on. Alright, so this is 10:45, and this was 10:30. Okay, so these, the one video that we just watched and this one are consecutive. In the video, the water line appears to be going up and down quite a bit. That's due to the swells. That's correct. Yeah. A lot of haze. It's crazy how the lighting just changes everything. 'Cause this isn't as clear. So you got the sun coming up a little bit behind, or coming out from behind a cloud there. Alright, so I think we'll see what happens in a second with what's next, but I think what I should do is probably well, I guess you could hang out with me. I'll look for it. I'm gonna try to find that January 25th. I just can't imagine that I didn't shoot. Oh, no, I know that I didn't. I know that I shot on Saturday. I didn't skip any days. So where the sphincter is... Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, I just wanted to get a couple of days. Right there. So right there. How about that? Okay. Let me do it back over here. Alright, date modified the 25th, 2020. Date taken. See, that's... Maybe I should look up... Can I look up date taken? Date taken. That'd be awesome. I also have to look at the hard drive on my laptop because I might have accidentally saved a file with the Microsoft Photos. You should never know. So I heard last night on Ranty that Ruhif has a $10 million reward. $10 million. What? If you can convince a baller that it's flat, you win $10 million or something like that. I haven't looked it up yet, but that seems a little bit wacky to me. $10 million. What the heck? Why make it? Why be that stupid? Why not just make it $1,000 or 500? I mean, whatever. You have to put 10 mil in too. Yeah. Right? You gotta match it. So is it legit, Gleam? That's a safe so you never make a bet you can't win. So you make the ante so high that no one's gonna call your bet. This is taking forever to find date taken. Maybe I should bring this over here and play something for you guys over here. Listen, I will play this for you guys. Just for kicks. Alright, so this is the exact same oil platform that we were just looking at. So this oil platform is taken from the 29th. And this, again, was the oil platform that we were just looking at. So if you can remember... Yeah, you keep saying that, Jose, but I'm waiting for you, you know? I'm waiting for you, buddy. You also said you were going to do a tribute to me for my closing statements for Flat World, and you've never done it, so don't have much confidence. Seems legit, says Gleam, but not worth it. Oh, and he says so himself. It's unrealistic, but just trying to measure. Yeah, okay. So this is crazy. How? Oh, here we go. Got it showing up now. Okay, so this is showing me all of the photos taken on this particular time frame. I should have just narrowed it down to just one day. 25th. Yeah, he challenged me a long time ago, SE, and he's just never brought it back up again, so... Man, this looking for files is tedious. You mean a Bob Marley song, Gleam? No woman, no cry. Them's fighting words. Them's fighting words. Whatever, Jose. You just keep talking smack. You set it up. You set it all up, and I'll show up. It seems that Gleam is more than a fan there, Jose. I'd back out if I were you. And this is taking forever. Forever. I'm going to go to the PC and do it on the PC. Search the PC for date taken. Gleam is my hero. I love Gleam more and more every day. I mean, it's probably just pretty basic PC stuff, but if you don't know it, you know. I wouldn't say that you're a groupie, Gleam. Groupie implies sexual slave. Unless, of course, that's the way you swing, but I doubt it. But I could be wrong. I am trying to find out, if anybody's listening, how to discover if there are research grants out there by private individuals. I did a brief search once and it just didn't really come up with anything, so I give up usually when it's not right on the surface. You guys looking to see what's going on with this video? Remember how it started with the entire platform at the horizon, and now look at it. So you've got major towering. So my statement is that the actual water line is right underneath the dark body of the platform. That's where the water line, that's where the vanishing line begins, but the water line is going all the way up through that area. Let me jump in here real quick. Oh my gosh. I hate this thing. I go to grab the pointer. Okay? So this is where the horizon started, and this is where the body, this body right here, used to be down right here at the beginning of this video. So now we've got it towering here, and we've got it towering down here. Okay, so what's the reality of this mirage, right? Where is this? So my statement is that right where the finger is pointing is where the mirage begins, and that everything below and behind this band is behind the mirage, and that would be water going all the way up to this location, wherever this is. This is magnified, it's distorted, right? It's still right here in this location. If we fired a missile at it, we'd hit it, right? But it's distorted. Alright, now I gotta fix this. I cannot believe how long it takes to search a file. I mean, I didn't do that much on January 25th. Seriously. Alright, I'm just gonna stop the search. This is crazy. Alright, there it is. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Just trying to do my best going through all this stuff, making it available, trying to look through it. Yeah, so gonna wrap this up, close this out, say good night, sweetheart, good night. This has been another exciting adventure of The Plain Truth. I'm your host, Travis Finley.